let's get into the case. We are recording, aren't we? Yeah. Okay. So let's get into the case while we're here.
Okay.
All right. So we have your modular synth case, and then you have the, what's this called again? I always forget.
It's a monome grid.
The monome
So it's just
grid.
a grid made by this company Monome.
So that's your sequencer.
Well, it plugs into a module, so this controls the sequencer.
Yes.
So the module itself, has 4 pairs of control voltage and gate outputs that correspond to 4 channels I can control on the controller.
Yes. Okay. So but you can send gate and volt per octave from here as well.
Yep.
That's where it's coming from.
Yep.
You don't use LFOs. You don't use any other things from there. It's just gate and...
Yeah, it's all sequencing stuff. So there's a lot of different ways you can change all that around, of course. Essentially it's just sending gate and control voltage.
Yeah. Okay. And so what are your main oscillators in your case here? So for those that don't know, obviously in a modular synth, we have it. Well, I suppose if you're watching this part, you're going to be a nerd like us. So, you need an oscillator. You need you don't need a filter, but you can use a filter. You don't need a VCA. You can use them,
You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, basically. But you need to come out. You need a mixer, and it's generally good to have effects as well. So what are your main oscillators to begin with?
Well, I've got 2 of the Mannequin's Mangrove oscillators that I kind of use as like a duophonic kind of thing. Like they're always kind of doing similar-ish stuff, and they go through very much the same kind of processing, which I turn into a stereo image at some point. And then I have an STO made by Make Noise that's doing all the bass.
Yeah.
And for a bit of extra sound in there, I also have a quantum rainbow, which is just like a
beautiful
multi-noise output that I use for some more percussive stuff.
Yeah, so we're using the pink,
purple,
and what?
The other one's it's called the quantum output.
Quantum.
And that's more of a stuttery control voltage kind of thing. So
okay.
So it's more in the LFO kind of range.
Oh, right. Square?
Not square, just like a noisy.
Noisy.
Yeah, it's like noise but LFO range.
So it's sort of like sample and hold.
But not a sample and hold, because that would be stepping.
Yeah, okay.
Just like you imagine you've got a noise oscillator and you tune it right down.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, right. Okay. That's interesting. So, yeah, and then you're going through various low-pass gates here. I see a lot of people will be very jealous about this one. It's called the QMMG.
Yeah, an original one.
The original, yes, not the new one that came out that is ridiculously expensive.
And 40 pages of discussion on ModWiggler.
Right.
Don't bother.
About how arguing
someone didn't get
too
one.
Much. No one's. It's
well, the first 20 pages was it costs too much and Make Noise is stupid, blah blah blah. And then the remaining 20 pages was I didn't get one. Make Noise is stupid.
So no matter what, Make Noise lose, except for when it comes to making money. But anyway, let's get back to the fact that you've got the early iteration, and I see not only the QMMG there, you also have the LXD from Make Noise.
Yeah, the low strike duo.
So they're all low pass gates.
And then I've also got the DXG, the dual strike gate, which is the stereo low pass gate that Make Noise put out not too long ago.
Oh, how's that one? I haven't seen too much about that. Like I know I have an LXD and I know the QMMG. I know its style, the Buchla style, a proper Buchla style low pass.
Well, it doesn't have any Vactrals in it.
Oh right, yeah. So but digital like the
Well, they've made it so that it has a kind of actual sound without them, though.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Very similar to the gate. A lot of them these days, because I think the Vactrals have become illegal in Europe.
Yeah, because the Vactral itself has cadmium in it, which is a type of metal that they used to put in batteries back in the 70s because it holds voltage, and that's why it works in low pass gate. But they're toxic in landfill, so the EU has cut them out.
Yeah, so quite digital these days. So yeah, which helps for the. I
think it's still all analog though.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Otherwise, it's analog circuitry.
Yeah, all analog.
Okay. So, but sounds good then. Obviously, if you're using.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I won't talk about the specific pros and cons, but yeah, it does the job. I like it.
So your mangroves are going through your QMMG and your
So I'm using both of the outputs from the mangroves. There's a square output and a formant output. So the form output is kind of like a wavefoldy thing.
Yes.
So yeah, they're all going through the 4 channels of the QMMG, the quad multimode gate. And yeah, the square waveforms are going out through a 3 sisters filter, which has got some other stuff going through it, and then through a beads, which is a granular processor, and then that's going out into the DXG, the stereo low pass gate.
Right.
So that's how I can create an interesting kind of sense of polyphony by having those kind of layer up, but then being gated again. And I find that by being able to change what the QMMG is doing, makes the beads, what that's spitting out, can be really reactive to what's going into it.
Yes.
And then on the other side, with the other outputs of the mangroves through QMMG again, and then they're going through this Nuble Instruments Blaze, which is a dual multi-mode filter, and that's kind of giving me the main kind of dynamic control other than my envelopes. And then all of that's kind of being summed and going through the Mimiophone stereo delay by Make Noise.
Yes.
At the end, and then that's going through another beads granular processor at the end of chain for that.
Yeah, that's a lot of processing you got going on there as well, isn't it? As you go through, I like the fact that you're processing and then you're sending it through another gate after the initial processing to, and you've got variations on the same sequence, doing different things as it runs through the case. There's an element of layering there, right?
Yeah, well, a big part of that is also from just using delays to layer different things. But yeah, I really treat it as having different voices that I can control separately. So I've got those 2 oscillators that are doing my main melodic harmonic stuff, and then the STO doing a bass line through a low pass gate and then going out dry from there. So not really any processing on that. It kind of holds it together.
Okay.
But the sequencer allows me to treat them as different voices that I can change the notes and gates with separately. And then by having different envelopes for those.
Yeah, so I see you've got the Just Friends there. So how is that, you're using that in an envelopey mode?
Yeah.
Or an LFO mode? Or?
Using it purely as envelopes. And what's great about that is I can use it in a polyphonic sort of way. So even though each of the different outputs is triggered separately, they all share the same controls. So that way, with the 2 mangroves that I'm kind of using as a duophonic kind of thing, they're both always going to be sharing the same envelope shapes, but still being able to be triggered separately.
Yeah, so through the time wizard, is that, or is that triggered through
the
coming
through the good controller?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So what's the time wizard? There's a time wizard in there. So is that just to getting different times on various?
Yeah, just to keep things in time. But also, it's always useful having different gates for different things. Some of the other percussive elements in there, that gives me control over those.
Oh, okay. So what other percussive?
So I've got this other envelope here. It's a triple envelope generator called a triple Stiefel made by Shackman.
Yeah.
A couple of those are just doing, actually one of them is being used on the square wave outputs through the beads. And then the other one is just, it's just set to a really short percussive envelope that I use to ping various things in the system. I use these switches up here to be able to turn those off and on in different places.
Oh, very nice. So is that for the noise as well, obviously? So you got some... Where is the noise going to, by the way?
So the noise is going through the sisters.
Okay.
It's also modulating the resonance on the sisters, the quality is called on them. But then out of that is going into this fixed filter bank, FXDF by Make Noise.
Yeah.
And then that's being summed together through this mid-side processor. So it kind of, it's a ShackMat sum dip. So it's it's summing two signals, but then it's also giving you a differentiation output. So that's the same thing as a mid-side processor. But I'm doing that with, two of the different frequency bands. And then I'm running those through the other channel on the dual strike gate, the DXG. And that's where, my noise percussion stuff's kind of coming from, is from this filtered noise circuit.
It's really, I admire the creativeness with the minimal amount of modules that you have here. You can see that there's a lot of thought and a lot of time being spent learning this particular instrument. Let's say it's an instrument within itself, right?
Yeah. This is kind of how I set it up to perform with. Obviously, there's a lot of different permutations of that, but this is overall how I'll patch when I have a performance with this system is something that's like this.
So do you, speaking of the system like this, do you leave this in this iteration quite a bit and just practice with it these days?
Well, I used to unpatch it after gigs, but since becoming a dad, I haven't fully unpatched this for months now.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of ready to go if I've got a gig coming up. I don't have to spend all that time putting it back together, which I usually enjoy putting it back together because you come up with new ideas and variations.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just don't have as much time for that at the moment.
Yeah. It's always good to have, it's something that you're using constantly. I've been using my techno case. I haven't got it here at the moment, but and then things just come in and out, but only like one module will come in, one module will come out. It'll change in little increments.
Yeah.
Or I might change the whatever's doing the bass or something. But it never, the fundamentals of the case don't change anymore. The case is what it is, and it's going to be doing what it's doing, and I have what I want it to be doing in a live situation. So it's I totally understand. Ricardo. So okay. I mean, we could rabbit on for ages, but we won't. You get the idea about what a beautiful instrument this is, and we will let you jam away for a little while.
All right.
Let's do it.
Thanks.
Cheers.